husband and I got married in October 2016, and 3 weeks into our wedding, we found out we were expecting a child. On one of my visitations, they had said to me that they felt that the head of the baby was slightly bigger than it should have been, and I should come in for a rescan the next week, but I was going back to Nigeria the next day. So when I got back to the country, I went to the hospital and I told them what they had told me in the hospital in the UK, and they checked and said everything was fine. We're due to have a boy. In May, I was really sick, so I went to the hospital, and on getting there, I was diagnosed with malaria. I was told to use some tablets, which I was completely against because I wasn't sure if I was to use some of those during pregnancy, but they said to me it was fine. So I took malaria tablets on the 27th of May, and on the 28th, my husband and I had just had our night devotion. I was trying to pack up the books. As soon as I got up, I realized that there was a lot of water gushing out of me, and I just felt like, is this what it should look like when your water breaks, And I realized there was a lot of water gushing out of me. So I was literally walking, and as I was walking, I had to, they were literally mopping behind me. When I got to the hospital that night, my tummy was like it was less than half of what the initial tummy was. So I had an emergency cesarean, and I had a baby boy. He came out at 1.3 kg. He was an incubator because he was 2 months early. That was May 29th. I had him on May 29th, and he was due July 29th. He had to be in incubator for about 6-7 weeks. So we went home, I think, second week in July. On getting home, I realized that his breathing pattern was a little bit off-key. In October 2017, my husband and I were literally walking from the hospital because he was having, too many complications. He had had a seizure. He had had an infection. There were just too many things. So we're in the hospital treating antibiotics and all that. And they told me that he had sepsis. So all the while, when we were saying, there was a heart problem, there was a brain problem, there was this, there was that, it all boiled down to the fact that the hospital did not pick up that he had sepsis. So when sepsis has gone deeply into someone's system, it messes with all the organs. On 31st of October, I went to see my baby in the morning. Then I went for a meeting and I came back. That morning, when I was having a bath, I just said to God, I said, I've had to be in the hospital the entire October. I was tired, and I just said to him, if this baby was mine, let him stay, heal him completely, and I don't want to have to do November like this. However, if this baby wasn't mine, just let him go and rest, because you could see that he had suffered so much. So I got back to the hospital at 5 thereabouts, and they had given him his antibiotics, and it looked like he was getting better. I was really excited, and the next thing, I just watched him. I watched him die on the 31st of October. I was devastated. My husband was devastated as well. So the hospital had confirmed me pregnant on the 17th of November, just like last year. In 2016, I was confirmed pregnant on the 17th of November as well. And then they had said to me my EDD was the 29th of July. And I was in shock. I'm like, okay, is this about to happen to me again from the beginning, since it was the same EDD I had with the first child. I was due for a trip in January, and my husband had just said to me that, can you please not come back to Nigeria at all? Just stay in the UK for the entire 9 months. I got to the UK in January, and in March, we found out that we were having another baby boy. Finding out it was a boy again, the 29th of July, I was really scared. So on the 29th of May, which was the day I had the last baby, I just kept standing up. I kept checking, was anything wrong? Was there any water? Was I losing any fluid? All that. And I just kept positive faith. The hospital had called me. My GP had called me to let me know that I had some antibodies working against my blood and his blood were not working together. And I'm like, there's nothing wrong with this baby. This one is going to stay. I'm going to let you do all the tests you need to do just to confirm that everything was perfect. So lo and behold, on the 15th of July, we had this handsome little boy. He came out at 3.5 kg, and it's been all shades of all shades of amazing. So we're just really grateful for everything that we've had to go through. We're thankful because 2017 was really rough. 2018, we had to be strong, and we were strong. And we just want to thank God because everything went perfect. He's healthy, he's strong, I'm healthy, no complications whatsoever. Being that I had a cesarean section back to back, everything is perfect. We're just here to give God all the full glory.